current, we're in the group stages. Let's have a look at the charts. Here we're following feast all the way down. Now, there's a bit of a change to the lineup, I believe. So as you can see, there is no Alex. Alex is not there, guys. So we have Defrost, Zepak, Roadblock, Winterfox, IG9, G9, I was G9, sorry. We have Lewis and James, 7, which is Bob, James. We still have Hipster, we still have Steam Live, we still have Hidden Surprise, and of course we still have Shogun, maybe in T22. We're kicking off on the hour, I think. No, we're not. We're kicking off on the hour. So we've got like 30 odd minutes. Oh, goodbye. I hate it when there's a bye. Damn it. Oh. So, yeah, we're bye. Which took me by surprise, I didn't know that. So then they only they were straight to the finals, not only the first round, and they're up against King. So we've got a lot of time to kill, basically. So sorry Is that working? I don't know. Should be working. Should be. That should be working. That should be working now. If it isn't, then it should work. Guys, I'm still working on it. Don't worry. We've got time. We do have time, don't worry. Sounds like it's OBS having a bit of a hissy fit, more than anything. Let's see, shall we? The delay will catch up. It will catch up. Ba-da-ba-ba. Don't stress. Don't worry. Be happy. That's all I can say. We've got time, guys. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. All the time in the world. All the time in the world. Nothing's starting for another 20 odd minutes. Come on, audio, catch up. 24 seconds, or give or take, before it kicks in, because the delay is massive. I'm afraid, guys, there's a big delay. I'm still working it. Don't stress it. Yeah, I have sent it to Space Language Metsu, I tell you. I have no idea what was going on there. I still don't know if it's resolved because I'm still waiting for the delay to catch up. And the delay is not catching up yet. Therein lies the problem. There you go. Sound should be now sorted. Sound should now be sorted, yes? I believe the sound is sorted. Is it now sorted? Yes or no? Are you sure? There you go. It is working, like I said. Anyway, so let's restart. Pretend the last. Yeah, it was. It was OBS. OBS was having a hissy fit with the audio. Anyway, let's go back to the very beginning. Sorry about that. So, welcome to Spring Season Prove Your Skill Tour #1. We are today following Feast. Ta-da! We got there eventually. It took some time. We had technical difficulties, but we resolved them. We overcame. We adapted. It's all good. Right, we're not going out for a while, unfortunately, because Feast had a bye. So if we look at the chart, Feast had a bye and they went straight into the quarterfinals. Okay, so they're already there. So we're not kicking off. We're kicking off against King. We're not kicking off until 30 minutes past the hour. That is what I wasn't too fussed about the issues, to be fair. Problem I've got now is the following. One, my webcam is off. I've done that for a reason, because I wanted to sort the sound out and make sure it wasn't the webcam that was interfering with everything, blah, blah, blah. Two, I don't play PC, and I'm on PC to stream, and I don't stream on PC. I don't play on PC, I play on iPad. So, because I'm a touch player, I have no idea how to play. So you've got a choice. We've got 20 minutes before kickoff. So you can either A, watch a few replays, or B, no, we'll watch replays. Because I was thinking about, should I log in? I have a few games on the iPad, but that probably may not be good. It may be counterintuitive, because by the time I've logged in, by the time I've sorted all that out, it'll be time to kick off. So we'll go with the normal stuff, which is the replays. But before we get into that, already we've got teams into the quarterfinals. We've got BB, Cats, ECG, GV, ID, UI, MP, GMT. With Feast, they're up against King. There's also DTG, HLV, E7, DCGTB, and TVP. Now, King have had a lineup change. As you can see, there's no Maddox, or no Maddox-cum, or no Maddox. There's no Maddox anymore in Feast. He's moved ship. So, but we do have Bifrost, who's now the captain. We have Zapak. We have Roadblock, Winter Fox, G9, James Bond. Well, he's not James Bond. He's 007 James 007, which to me means he's Bond. James Bond. We still have F Silver. We still have Sleeping Lion. We still have Hidden Surprise. And we still have Sugared Magoo. Moving over to the King side, well, we have Malon Usk. Yusk. We have Chun's Ton Virtue. Holiday Salmonella. Enemy Accurate. Lila Dharma. Tom Killer Steel. Neptunus. Perfectionist and Cosmos. So, you know, they've got a 59.6% overall win rate compared to Feast, who at the moment currently have a 65.5% win rate. So that is the team that that is the game we're going to be following first up. We are following Feast throughout the whole of this PYS. So if they win against King, then we go ahead. If they don't, heaven forbid, then it's a very short stream, apart from obviously the technical delays concerning my poor old acoustics. If you want to watch the stream, well, I don't know what I'm telling you, because you're already on my stream. There's only one stream, and it's my stream. So, ta-da! Even the clicks of the mouse sound like angels singing. Thanks, you excess. So that's what we're looking at. What are the rewards? Well, the rewards are, firstly, if they get into the top 4, they go into the next stage, because they get the cups. It's all about cups, guys. Winning cups, getting cups, using cups. Let me put the webcam back on. I think we've sorted it. Ta-da, I'm back. Hello. So that's what we're looking at. Looking at the group that they're in, okay, which is this group here. HLV, well, they've already again got a bye as well. They're going out against S-Mon. E7, that's the next one, and they are going out against TVP. So there's quite some good, and HLV are there as well. I mean, HLV are good, King are okay, DTG are okay, Feast are okay. So we've got some decent clans already into the quarterfinals. Round 16, unfortunately, you know, it's the way it goes. So it's going to be an interesting tour. I'm hoping that it's going to be as interesting and as competitive as we had in winter. Map-wise, well, we've got Hellas. And the decider will be Halpenstadt. Hellas is a great map, beautiful map, but it can be a tricky one, to be honest with you. So let's see if we can get Hellas up and running. Let's jump into a training room. Let's have a fly through with Hellas. Why not? Sounds like a good idea to me. So let's have a look. Let's find Hellas. There we have it. Ba-ba. Let's have a look at the battle type we've put on supremacy, because that's what we've got. Let's create the room. Let's get ready. Let's go into battle. And what I'll show you. So what we're going to do, we're going to wait for it to kick off. Da, da, da. There we go, it's kicked off. Now, oh, I can't fly. No! So anyway, what we've got on Halas, we've got the B, you know, you're going to start getting things coming through. Either they're going to go to the A cap over there and try and bunker down if they come from this spawn, or, and I wish I could do fly mode, but I can't. Actually, I can. What am I talking about? Yes, you can, please, Sven. Or they're going to go take their mediums to the C cap. The area we need to be looking out for, in fact, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come out of here. I'm going to do it an easier way. I think I can do it an easier way, to be honest with you. And that is, dump this. Yes. I'm going to jump into replays, because I can do it this way. I know I can do it this way. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do flyovers. That's what we're going to do. We're going to look at this map. So what we've got, you're going to have some teams, it depends on the strat, starting from this spawn, probably looking at trying to get into the A cap with their heavies, or at least try and get some heavies down there, trying to side scrape, get in there quickly and side scrape off this area here, whilst they can put shots onto the B cap if it's going that way. Alternatively, you'll get some mediums going down this route to not take the C cap primarily, but to look at dominating this area. The reason why they want to do that is because they want to get shots across the map at anything coming. From this spawn, you're normally going to get either a TD, if they take a TD. It's very rare in tier 10 in tournaments that they take a TD, but sometimes they put either a TD or a big lumbering heavy just here, or sometimes at the back of the map here. What I'm expecting, and what we should be expecting at this time is normal, that majority of the battle is going to be around either this area or around the cap points, especially down here in these dips. One of the things that you see, especially on the EU server, is that you get clans rushing through to these dips in their E5s, if they take E5s, to put pressure on the team trying to get to the B cap to cover them and prevent them. We have the same coming from the other cap. So if you spawn this way, on EU primarily, and I've seen it on RU, I've not really seen it on Asia, we have the teams trying to jump down into this position after taking this cap, and trying to get into a haul down position here to put pressure on the teams. But we also see some teams flanking through this back area, sometimes capping on the C cap if they've got a Vickers or something along that time, to try and flank round and put shots across. So Halas is always an interesting map. It's never as straightforward as people think. It is going to be interesting to see how the teams on Asia play this one. I'm not fully aware how they play it, but it's going to be an interesting one to see how they play it. It's an interesting map. It's a very good map for haul down positioning and stuff like that. So we can, time will tell. Time will tell. So that's what we're looking at. Now we could then go, oh, got a premium pass. Now we could go and have a look at Alpenstadt, but there's no point because we don't know if we're going to get there, is the honest answer. But that's a quick overview onto Halas. I would show you this in Strat Sketch or something, but unfortunately every time I go into Strat Sketch, it has a problem logging me onto the server for some strange and unbeknown reason. We've still got another 10 minutes, so yeah, let's do another training room. Let's have a look at Halas, Alpenstadt, and we'll try and work out what they're going to do there, if we can. I'm just going to quickly load it up. So all you're going to see is just me quickly loading it up, get to the battle, and then come back out again and do the flyover. So bear with me, guys. Sorry about this. It just takes a bit of time. So I have to move forward just a little bit, like this. And then I have to escape and come out, quit it. I know this is long-winded, and you know, having Strat Sketch would be much easier, but you're getting to see, you know, at least a flyover. I don't want my room. Get out of here. dismiss the room. Yes. Come out. Go to it. Let's go to the flyover and let's see what we can possibly be doing here on Alpenstadt. So, here on Alpenstadt, we're on this spawn. So on this spawn, normally you're going to get people going towards this area, especially if they've got a good light tank like a Vickers, trying to get into this position to go all down, covering that A cap, but also trying to spot those tanks as they cross. Alternatively, you do see some of the heavies and some of them, you know, sometimes you see teams going straight for the C cap, which is down over this area, using the cover provided for these dips and these houses, trying to get those early spots before they get into the cap, putting their heavies into good positions, trying to get the spots from across that avenue so they can see who's coming. We also do have, so on occasion, again, especially on EU, we have heavies, especially with good gun depression, to sit here to overlook that B cap. It's not always desirable to push through the B cap. The reason being is because you can get spotted from that side if they go that way, and you can get smacked quite a lot. So it all depends. Normally you're going to see some of the super heavies moving towards the B cap area or the C cap area, with some of the mediums going to the A cap. If we move to the other spawn, well, we have similar type of positioning. You generally do get, especially in random games, you get the mediums going this way, trying to rush their way through to this area, avoiding any TDs. You may not get TDs, but they try to avoid anything coming in from that angle, trying to get into a position maybe around here if they're hauled down, so they can get those early spots again. They can get the tanks crossing that bridge over there if they're in a Vickers, and they can also get good shots onto the B cap. Ironically, there is good cover from behind here, funnily enough, and you are protected from being shot from that ridge, which I showed you earlier. The other thing you tend to see sometimes, not always, is you get all down tanks coming around here trying to get onto these ridges. They've got shots into that ridge. They've also got shots over to there. B cap again, well, it's good if you've got a good heavy like a mouse or something to park yourselves around here to try and make sure that nothing comes into that B cap and they keep their heads down. And as you can see, if you've got a haul down heavy on that ramp, then you can kind of trade shots. The other side, well, the C cap, if you've got like a 215B, for example, or even an E5, this is a nice little area you can get to. You can get the C cap covered. You can cover the area coming down there. It's very difficult from this side, however, to push straight into that C cap. It's okay, you've got cover here that you can side scrape off. You have got this building you side scrape off, and if you're quick enough, you can get to a nice all down position here to get them coming around. But generally what we see is brawling around the B cap area, which is around here. So it all depends. We've got about 10 minutes before we kick off. That's more than enough time to play a replay. So that's the quick overviews of the maps and the quick fly-throughs. I hope that, I mean, as I said, I mean, it's much easier on Strat Sketch, but it's good to see it like that. Maybe, you know, you find it interesting or helpful. I don't know. But, you know, it's good to see those flyovers. So you can get a feel of what's going on. Anyway, let's get some replays going. So here we go. Let's have a look at this. These are from EU, unfortunately, guys, but we've got one replay going now. This is going to be one of my clan leaders, Lauro Y, in the clan Vale. He's going to be taking us out in the T62 here on Normandy. And it's a beautiful little tank, the T62A. It's a beautiful little map, Normandy, despite some people saying that it's pretty pants. Actually, I absolutely adore Normandy. It's a big map, it's a nice map, it's a lovely map, and you can do lots with it, to be honest with you. It's got multiple zones to the map, and that's the thing. Unlike some maps, which is, you know, primarily just one route or this route. Think mines, for example. Everybody goes to the ridge line. Nobody tries to trade on mines. You don't get that here with Normandy. You've got this ridge line, you've got the bottom ridge line down by the A cap, and of course you've got the heavy ridge line up at the top. Not only that, I've seen nowadays some of the better players, some of the pro players, some of the super unicums making a beeline, especially in their all down tanks, through the cap, like the where the plane is, to get into a good ridgeline position to really pressure the red team. So that's it's gonna be an interesting one. But I like Normandy. I think Normandy is a great map. And this is one of the things I like about the T62A. Watch Loro here. He's just going to continue to permatrack that poor M103. And he can do this beautifully with the T62A. And if you want to get your XP up and you want to really try and get, you know, those masteries in the T62A and increase your damage, tracking is the way to go. Knock it through those drive sprockets at the front, especially on the E100. You've just seen it there with the M103. Because this tank can do that, and it's a beautiful, beautiful tank. It's got the penetration values, it's got the reload times to permatrack people in place, and you know, it's a fantastic tank to play around with in order to do that. Now, you know, I went out with a couple of the with the pros that in my clan, like Jory 12. And he was telling me this is what you should be looking to do. It's a great little farming tank. And you should be looking to farm in the T62. And as you can see there, I mean, Loro's just tracking everything that comes past him, basically. He's already up to 4.2 thousand damage. I mean, this is fantastic. I mean, this is what you can do with this tank. It's a beautiful, beautiful tank. But a lot of people don't play it like this. They play it a little bit differently. And when I speak to most of the pros, they tell me to play it like this. Go for those track shots. Farm that damage, get that XP up, get that damage up, and you really will have a good time in the tank. The Object 140 is no different, to be honest with you. Okay, it's got different armor profile, it's got a different type of gun depression, but aside from that, the gun's pretty much the same. And you can have fun in these tanks, and I'm no doubt Loro here has had great fun in this tank. He's done 4.9k damage now. Actually, done 5.1 because one of them wasn't registered, and he's still got most of his HP. It's 4 against 3, but he's going to give this T62A a hard time, and he does now 5.7k damage. This is fantastic, and this is what you want to be doing, man. This is what you want to be looking to do in your T62A. Maybe not this level of damage. But you should be getting, you know, looking at getting that damage up by doing these good track shots, picking your targets, and really, really punishing the team. Picking those targets, as I said, getting a good position in, and really doing what you can. Ends up on 6 point something damage. I don't know the full amount at the moment because there was that one missing. 6.6 damage, 58,000 credits, 4 kills, and a well-deserved mastery. What more do you want in your little T62? Not much. That's a great game. Anyway, we should be getting the invite coming through. There we go. We can now accept it and we can ready up. So we will have Feast Against King here kick off in about 4 minutes. So I'm just going to pop out the room just in case. I normally get it down to the 3 minute mark before I jump into the room. Rolling! Hello Brian, how you doing? Yeah, T62A is OP, and I know it's one of your faves, I believe. You do like the T62A. In fact, if I remember rightly, you were doing your calibration battles in ratings in a T62A. Because, like the tank, I think you also need a bit of a nerf. But hey, we won't take that any more than that, yeah? Ay. So we'll wait till the 3 minute mark, well, about the 3.5 minute mark, then we'll jump into the room. That way we will make sure that, oh, hey, the green screen, man, it's working, yeah? Thumbs up for the me. So we'll jump into the room. That way there's absolutely zero chance of any type of stream sniping. Unfortunately, I'm on my Asian account, and I have limited tanks in tier 10, but I do have a T22 because I was very lucky. Let's jump into the room and let's have a look. So we have got Feast and King here on Halas with the quarterfinals in Preview Skill number 1. This is the group stage, however. Feast will be rolling out on the south spawn, King on the north spawn. I showed you the overview earlier, so I'm going to be interested to see how they're going to work this. Bifrost is in the E5, F Silver in the T22, Hidden Surprise in the E5, 007 James Bond is in an E5, Roadblock is in an IS4, Sleeping Lion is in a Kranwagen, and Sugar Magoo in an E5. So again, I am looking for that domination around that B-cap area, probably getting down into those ramps, as I showed you, to try and put pressure onto King. King, well, we've got Milon Iosk in a Kranwagen, Enemy in a Mouse, Lale Dama in a Vickers Light, Perfection in an E5, Holiday potentially in a Kranwagen, Neptunus in an E5, and Tom Killer in an IS4. So again, some pretty good haul-down tanks there. Kranwagen, E5s. They've also shoved in a Mouse, so I'm going to be interested to see where they play the Mouse. Vickers Light, I'm expecting that Vickers Light, much as I'm expecting F Silver in his T22 to rotate around towards that C-cap, try and get those spots, try and get the pressure going down that way, with the majority of the with the majority of the teams heading towards the A and the B cap. However, I have to point this out, at this stage and at this level, you absolutely never realistically know what these guys are going to do, because they have multiple strats on multiple maps and they always take everybody by surprise. So what we can consider is a reasonable prediction of where they're going to go. Like, I reasonably predict that we're going to see some action around the A and the B cap. May not actually be the case. They may all just have off, hightail it towards the C cap and have a big brawl in the center. However, with those haul down tanks, and especially with that Mouse, with its let's say less than desirable mobility, I really cannot see King going anywhere other than the area of either the around the A and the B cap, trying to dominate around that particular area. Same with Feast. They've got E5s. The E5s can work either down on those ramps, as I said, or out in the middle towards the C cap area, in that spatial area where there's a lot of positions to go haul down. We don't know. I'm trying to predict. It's difficult to predict. We will find out in less than a minute. It's going to be a fantastic game. It's a good kickoff for both of these two clans. Both good clans, King and Feast. I'm interested to see how Feast are going to work without Maddox, to be fair. I mean, Maddox has been an institution when it comes to Feast, so I'm going to be intrigued to see. I'm not saying that one person makes a team, but obviously you're so used to seeing a person in a team that it's all new and improved, isn't it? It's something different. Either way, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to see how the two teams go. We've got seconds, literally seconds to go. We're now going in. Tensions are rising. This is it's a quarterfinal, but it's game one as far as I'm concerned, between Feast and King. Let's see. So here we go. Feast here looking probably to get in towards that B cap, get down to those ramps. That's what I'm predicting. Doesn't mean to say it's going to happen, but that's what I'm predicting. I'm also predicting, as I said, F Silver in that T22. I'm surprised it's not Sugar Magoo in his T22. It's F Silver this time. Trying to rotate into that middle area, potentially towards the C cap, to try and get those early spots. Try and pick out where they are. And already they've taken me by surprise, because this is what happens. So already we've got F Silver going where I thought it was. The E5s, that doesn't really surprise me apart from Bifrost. They are heading out to the middle area. Bifrost is heading towards the A cap. He is going to go to where I predicted, but he's just holding back because King are doing pretty much what I thought they were going to do. Perfectionist in his E5 getting into a good position there already. He's got Neptunus and Tom Killer in the IS4 just covering him, trying to put those shots into Bifrost, which they do. Enemy accurate in the Mouse. Well, I expected him to go exactly where he is now going, which is, well, where he is, basically. Looking over at what Feast are doing, well, T22 of F Silver is in the middle trying to get those spots. Roadblock and Sugar Magoo have, however, capped the C cap. Well, that's interesting. I didn't expect that, but it's a good thing not to expect. We've got some cover behind within Surprise, and here's E5 trying to put shots across. Cap advantage has gone to King, however. That is going to put Feast into the position where they will have to make the next move. They will have to push. King can just sit there now and wait for Feast. I'm pretty surprised, to be honest with you, that Feast never went down into the ramps, didn't push through as aggressively as they could have on A. That is sort of left them out in the lurch a little bit, but I have seen, especially with some clans, especially on EU, that they can push round through aggressively through the flank from the C cap, get behind teams on the B cap, and really, really give them a hard time. What you've got over here is Lalidama in the Vickers, able to use his view range to spot up quite a few tanks. At the moment, Holiday and Perfectionist are being bled a little bit, so hit points are being bled in the favour of Feast to their advantage by King. So King, well, they're not... oh, it's Professor, is it? That's who G9 is, didn't know that. So King are bleeding a little bit, but there's nothing to worry about at the moment. You can see their hit points. There's an advantage for Feast, only because at the moment only Bifrost in Surprise has been smacked. Bifrost, however, is unable to get into that A cap at this moment in time. Now, if this was EU, then I would be saying we'd be waiting for the 800 mark before movement, but this is not EU, and teams have different strats and different ideas on when they should move, when they should push, and when they should put the pressure on. Normally what you get at this level is the teams are just trying to work out, especially Feast. Feast will be trying to work out where is the weak spot in King's defense here. So King have got the mouse right in the middle. Roadblock in the IS-4 sneakily jumps into the A cap there. That will give Feast the advantage. Let's get over there because King really need to put pressure onto Roadblock. Try and reset that cap if they can. Roadblock is in a good position. He's just side scraping a little bit off here. And there you can see that's a great HE roll from Neptunus. Putting it in, resetting the cap, preventing Feast from getting it. But Feast, he's going to stay there as Roadblock. He's going to try and cap it out. Looking at the rest, and again, a great reset this time coming in from across the map, I think that was. So Roadblock not able to cap A. Feast are now behind on the cap points still. Lalidama in the Vickers is trying to jump into the C cap, or at least put pressure on. And Milon Usk is also putting pressure onto Sugar and Magoo. Holiday is coming in to support. Roadblock really getting smacked around over there at the A cap. Sugar and Magoo here pushing onto Milon Usk. James Bond in behind. In Surprise and F Silver also pushing down. This time Holiday and Milon Usk trying to use the advantage of the Crown Dragons not having as tasty enough DPM as they would like. Sugar and Magoo, however, out in the open, but down goes Holiday. Over the other side of the map, however, there is a push. Tom Killer, they've seen it. They've taken down Roadblock. Bifrost is now isolated massively. King take the advantage yet again. Neptunus trying to get round. Tom Killer trying to keep Bifrost in the action. Perfectionist just loading up, not pushing. Bifrost is really getting pummeled here. So is Milon Usk though. Milon Usk goes down. That gives Feast the advantage. Bifrost gets out of there. Manages to get out, but no, not enough. Down he goes, giving King the advantage again. Sugar and Magoo is down to a one-shot. F Silver is very healthy. He's going to be able to probably drop into this cap. Yes, he does. But advantage is still with King. They've just got to hold on here. Perfectionist is trying to. Hidden Surprise comes in. If Feast can take a tank down, it will help their cause. Lalidama is down to a one-shot. King are going to take this on the cusp, or are they not? They're 5 points away. Yes, they do. They get it on the points. Very good game. Really strategic. Wow. That was lovely. Really, really well played there by King. They held their nerve. They picked their tanks. Beautiful push from the A cap. Sorry, from the B cap into the A cap there. Taking down Roadblock. Taking down Bifrost. Beautiful to watch. However, on the other side, commiserations to Feast. They played that well. They did their rotation through the C cap, taking out the two Crown Wagons by using basically, their lack of DPM, but unable to take down anything else. Really good stuff. Congratulations to King. They go 1-0 up as we swap those spawn points here on Asia. We're now going to go with Feast on the north spawn on Halas and King on the south spawn. I'm expecting some change in the meta. Not much, but enough. So we have Bifrost in an E5, F Silver in a Vickers, Hidden Surprise in the E5, 007 James in a Kranwagen, Roadblock in the Ice 4, Sleeping Lion in a Kranwagen, Sugar Magoo in an E5. No change to the meta lineup at all for Feast. Moving over to King, we got Milan Usk in the Ice 4. Chun's now coming in the Object 268. That's an interesting one. Don't see many TDs played on this map. Lalai Dharma in a Vickers Light, Perfectionist in an E5, Salmonella in an E5, Neptunus in an E5, and Tom Killer in a Kranwagen. So we have a bit of a meta change here. No longer the double Kran that we saw last game from King. This time rotating in a 268. This is going to be an interesting one. Let's be fair. They are obviously going out on the south spawn. That's the spawn that we saw Feast go on. I'm going to be interested to see where they stick that 268. Is it going to be behind the cap, or is it going to be in that dip overlooking the map? Well, we're about to find out in seconds few. King have the advantage. They are 1-0 up. It is best of 3, remember. So Feast have got to knock this back and get that into the decider on Alpenstadt. King, however, they held on that game, so it's gonna be. Are they gonna be buoyed up by that? Slightly more confident. Time will tell. We'll find out in seconds few. So this time, Feast, we got Sugar Magoo looking towards to overlook the B cap. F Silver in the Vickers trying to get those spots. The rest of the team heading towards the middle area and possibly the C cap. Moving over to King. Well, Laladama already in his Vickers, trying to get those early spots as they're coming through. Sugar Magoo jumping into the B cap. Oh, sorry, F Silver jumping into the B cap with Sugar Magoo overlooking him. Laladama trying to get those spots. He hasn't, but he spots Hidden Surprise only, but he himself gets spotted. Milan Usk here in the Ice 4 pushing on to C. Where is that TD? There he is in the dip, like I expected. He was either going to be overlooking or in the dip. And Chunston Winston, or whatever. That's such a difficult name when you say no, it's Winston Churchill. Is over there in that dip trying to get those spots. Hidden Surprise spotted, Milan Usk is spotted. The Kranwagons of James Bond and Sleeping Lion just holding back on the ridge, waiting for anything to push. That's normal. Don't expect anything else. Hidden Surprise getting a few smacks in here. It's interesting to see where Chunston Wurchill is going to be. I got it right. Yay! So once Chunston Wurchill here trying to get shots across, but there's nothing really presenting for him at the moment. And that's the problem. Sugar Magoo is now rotated round. Roadblock is just holding the fort in the middle. Milan Us is getting smacked. Advantage is now sitting with Feast, but they have lost a lot of HP, to be honest. But here comes a push led by James Bond and Sleeping Lion. Sugar Magoo in support. They're going to push down, try and put shots into these E5s of Neptunus and Salmonella, while Sugar Magoo keeps Milan Usk occupied. Maybe Hidden Surprise and Bifrost will also push onto Milan Usk. Feast here are looking to... Yeah, Milan Usk is going to go down. He's not going to be lasting. Gets a shot from the back. Bifrost gets a bit of a pounding, but Milan Usk should... Oh, and another pounding. Milan Usk will go down, but look at Roadblock. Roadblock is now tentatively hanging on by the very, very edge of his fingernails. But Tom Killer in a Kranwagen just can't finish him off. Maybe he can now. Is Roadblock going to go? Yes, he does. But back over this side, Salmonella's down as well. Neptunus now is being pushed. Caps have gone to Feast. They've got full cap advantage. B and C. They are really piling the pressure onto King here. King, F Silver gets absolutely massacred there as he comes across. And Neptunus down to a 2-shot. Can they finish him off? F Silver really getting pummeled. He can't do much in that poor Vickers. Perfectionist in Tom Killer coming in, trying to find him. But check Neptunus there. That comes across from Sleeping Lion. James Bond is also looking to finish him. He goes down. Down he goes. This is going to be one for Feast. I don't see King pulling back from this. It is going to go to the decider on Alpenstadt. There is really not much they can do. Hidden Surprise is going to go down. There he goes. But with the exception of anything crazy happening, Feast have got this wrapped up in the bag. It's 5,300 HP against 2,800. There ain't much left that King can do. They can't even cap because Sugar Magoo came round and smacked. Tom Killer now goes down. Chunston, Wurchill and Lale Dharma were left, but it doesn't matter because the points go to Feast. Brilliant play by Feast. Completely different psychology in that game. You could see from the off they were going to be more dominant. They were going to take the game and the battle to King. They put King on the back foot and really punished them. Fantastic stuff. King unfortunately had nothing in their reserves to come back and defeat or overturn a Feast on that one. So 1-1, leveled up as we move into Alpenstadt for the decider. This time we will have Feast on the south spawn, King on the north spawn here on Alpenstadt. So it'll be interesting to see how they're going to play this. I mean, we did the overflight. We had a look at Alpenstadt. We've seen where potentially they may or may not be going. Feast have read it up. We've got Bifrost in the E5, F Silver in the Vickers, Hidden Surprise in a Mouse, James Bond in an E5, Roadblock in the IS4, Sleeping Lion in the IS4, and Sugar Magoo in an E5. Moving over to King, Milan Usk in an IS4, Chunston Wurchill in an E5, Lale Dharma in a Vickers, Perfection in an E5, Salmonella in the E5, Neptunus in the E5, and Tom Killer in his trusty Cran. So it'd be interesting to see how they're going to play this. Clearly, Feast are going for the more heavier domination, what with the Mouse and the IS4s over the E5s. They do have a Vickers Light, so they do have mobility in there to get around the map, to get those spots, and to get those positions. King, on the other hand, well, they've only got one massive heavy, and that's the IS4. They do have the E5s, and quite a few of them. They do have a Vickers Light. They do have the Kranwagen, but the Kranwagen does suffer from DPM. Played together, they're beautiful. Expend your magazine, well, it does hurt, let's be fair. But we'll see. We will see how this is going to work out. Are they going to go where we tried to predict, where I tried to tell you the positions on this map that they tried to look for their strats? Time will tell. I don't know what strats these guys are going to do. It's even Stevens. This is winner takes it all. Whoever wins this gets to the semi-final later today. King were looking great, but after that last game, we got a more resurgent type of Feast. And unsurprisingly, we've got Feast heading towards the middle area. We've already got Sugar Magoo. Oh, he's going to probably... Is he going to... No, he's not dropping down. Sleeping Lion is pushing forward in the IS4. Roadblock is heading towards the middle area. Bifrost just covering. F Silver staying low, trying to get those spots. Chunston Wurchill is trying to get over to the C-cap, but he's not going to be able to make it. Perfectionist in that ramp, as I thought, as we predicted. Salmonella just behind him. He's overlooking the B-cap with Chunston Wurchill overlooking that C-cap. The rest of King looking to dominate the A-cap, with Neptunus and Milan Us getting in there. Lale Dharma trying to get those spots, but not able to at the moment. Sleeping Lion here in the IS4, not able to push forward just yet. There's too many heavies over there preventing him from doing that. And Sleeping Lion is far too experienced to realise that would be suicidal. Hidden Surprise of Mouse, well, he would be looking to get into the B-cap, but he has got an E5 there of Perfectionist, wanting desperately to put shots into his bottom plate. And that is exactly what he is there to do. And as you can see from his viewpoint, if Hidden Surprise pushes through, he will get his bottom plate, or even the cheeks smacked. That is the whole reason why that guy is there. F Silver doing the right thing. Feast are now going to cap C. They're going to take the advantage there. However, if we move to the other side of the map, we may start to see King pushing towards the A-cap. And they are. There they go. Pushing straight in there. Milan Usk and Neptunus. Milan Usk going straight through. Looking to push on to Sleeping Lion. They know Sleeping Lion is there. Or they know A-Tank is there. They certainly know Sugar Magoo is there. They are looking to push. So these two are getting all the way over, trying to push through, but at the same time, Hidden Surprise is moving in with a rotation from the C-cap, pushing forward towards the spawn of King. When Chunston Wurchill there is going to get absolutely swamped. He is not going to last. All he can do is take as much damage as he can out of these three. Laledama gets well out of there, but Chunston Wurchill here is in trouble. He is going to go down. He's not going to survive that battle. But moreover, and more importantly, what's going on here? Perfectionist is being pushed also. Roadblock coming in, Sugar Magoo coming in, Hidden Surprise coming in. Down goes Chunston Wurchill. He's out, he's gone. But look at how much they're trying to bleed Feast. And they are trying to bleed. All they can do now is try and bleed them even more. We have got Neptunus coming round, putting shots into the back of Hidden Surprise. Hidden Surprise has managed to turn around. Sugar Magoo, Perfectionist, however, is in trouble. But then again, so is Sugar Magoo. Down goes Perfectionist. This is looking good for Feast. Hidden Surprise, however, is being whittled down. And this is one of the things that the mouse is meant to do. It's meant to take the guns out of the battlefield. Guns focusing on the mouse are guns not focused on other tanks. And King are finding this out. Neptunus goes down. Perfectionist, Tom Killer Steel goes down. Unless something drastic happens, this is going to go to Feast. Feast are going to win this one. You can see that realistically King don't have. Down goes Laledama. Salmonella and Milon Usk are the only two left. Salmonella is on the bridge in the open, surrounded by feasties. And, well, he's just a tasty feast, isn't he, really? Down he goes, leaving Milon Usk, last man standing. And down he goes. Feast, turn it around. So, Feast will provide us with more entertainment later today. Congratulations to Feast. Commiserations to King. Fantastic first game. But Feast just came back. They upped it. They turned that volume up to 11. Yeah, you heard me. And they just absolutely punished King. Not take anything away from King. It's difficult to fight against clans of this caliber when they're in that mindset. So massive congratulations to King. They did exactly what they could, but Feast just looking too tasty. Yes, they are a tasty Feast. So they will go through to the semi-finals here today. Do we know who is that with? We do not at the moment until I look at the overview. Da-da-da-da-da. Here we go. So we've already got in Group 1 in the semi-finals Cats, GV and PGMT. Just waiting to find out. Idea in that mix-up. Oh, they lost to ECG. That's going to be a blow for Team ID. They're not going to be wanting that. That is going to be disappointing for them. So let's have a look who Cats are facing. Well, Cats are facing GV. That's a tough match for the both of them. Cats are looking really tasty. GV, well, GV are a very tasty team as well. So that's going to be a tough one. So this is PGMT. We have Cats called Dogs Go Meow. And this one is Kittens Go Woof. So something going on there. They will be placing ECG, who have turned over ID. ID will be disappointed. Moving down, we have HLV already in. A great little clan, HLV. Obviously the winners last year's International Cup. And we have HLV up against DGT. Again, Hallis and Dynasty's Pill is the next map for the semi-finals. So not great map rotation, to be fair. Which means E7 should be facing off against Feast. And they are. E7 versus Feast. Again, Hallis, Dynasty's Pill. So, not the best map rotations. We've got about, 10 minutes. Not long. Can't really play a replay. So, there we go. And then in Group 3, we have Durr. Well, the Durr, they played Act 1 and turned them over 2-0. Now they're going to face up against RN, or Root Nova, who normally shine at the start of the series and then tend to sort of tail off for some strange and unbeknown reason. Then we have ENT, who again is a clan that is up and coming and they look really tasty in the winter season. A clan to be careful of, a clan to look out for. Did make it, they did impress during winter. They've just turned over Vic. So they will be facing NQE7. I don't know NQE7, to be honest with you. They've just gone out against EA. EA were looking tasty as well during the winter season. So I don't know who NQE7 is. It sounds like it's another E7 affiliation. So it'd be interesting to see how they play, but I don't know, unfortunately, because I'm not following them. we're following Feisty. So that's when it's looking at the moment. Have we had any big shocks at the moment? Well, Cam won. They were looking very good in EA. Also, these two clans looking very, very good during the Winter Tour. Not progressing today into that semi-final. Whereas we have NQE7 going through. RN, ENT and DUR all looking very, very, very good during winter. So no shocker there that they're in. The only shocker being NQE7. So we have to keep an eye on these, yeah. Looking at the other groups, well, no shocks here, to be fair. Not really many shocks here. I mean, HLB and E7 were expected to be in the semis. Feast I expected to be in the semis. What I didn't expect is probably HLV's partner, but then DGT, they played pretty decently recently. So, yeah, you know, not massive shocks. King is probably the biggest scalp at the moment in this group, if I'm being fair. And they'll be disappointed. They will be disappointed. But it was a valiant effort. Then in this grouping here, wow, the big shock here is Team ID going down. That is a big, big shock. I mean, looking at their team, they've got the likes. They've still got all the major players: Campon, Lanny, Active Duty, Honor U, Radioactive, Last Hope for Me, Spartan Sword, IDS, Gayam, and Aeropath. So that is a big, big scalp, to be honest, and it's a huge scalp for Team ECG to take. To be perfectly frank with you. And if you look at the win rate overall, I mean, ECG have 59.9% win rate overall, compared to Team ID, which has a 68.77% win rate. Coupling that, you know, obviously experience as well, it's a shocker. And, you know, congratulations to ECG for turning over ID. And I'd be interested to see what happened there with ID, to be honest with you. But, as I said, we are going out on Hallas again. Yeah, you heard me. Hallas again. Don't know why. We need better map rotation, guys. Hallas twice in a row. It was quarterfinal and semi-final. Not exactly the best, let's be fair. I can't really show you a replay because we haven't got much time. We go out in like 7 minutes. So, sorry about that. I'd love to show you one, but I cannot. And how can I say this? I mean, Hallas again. Are we going to see the same strats twice in a row? I don't know is the honest answer. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that we get like a little bit of sort of, you know, shuffling it up on the strat side. But you never know. You just never, ever know, unfortunately. But we'll see. Yeah, the purple wing goes burr. That's quite true. Quite true indeed. Oof. That was an exciting opening round, though, to be fair. I mean, King played a great first game. They played it like a chest bait. That, you know, they took good positions. And they really, really did play the first match on Hallas calmly, collectively. They held on. Feast did try to dislodge them, but King were committed. We saw a different Feast game 2 in game 3. And as I said, I mean, like that, Feast are going to be difficult to encounter, and certainly difficult to sort of counter press. And that was the thing. I mean, their focus fire was much better in the second game. Their aggression was much more contained, and their overall foresight on where they're going at, what they're doing, picking out those targets, picking out those low hit point tanks, picking up those stragglers was just beautiful to watch. And Feast do that. And when they're playing that way, it is difficult. It is very difficult to contain them. So, you know, my heart goes to King. They did play valiantly. But when Feast are like that, like any clan, if any clan is like that, we've seen it on EU as well. It's, you know, it's difficult. I mean, we saw on EU in the Winter Tour, the clan Akva coming up, looking dominant, looking incredibly good, very difficult to dislodge. They went out in the final round against Endgame. They were very dominant in the first few matches. We thought, wow, Are they going to be able to turn over endgame? And then endgame just went click, and they were just unstoppable. Unstoppable. And this is, you know, this is what happens with these clans. This is exactly what happens. We've got the room invite. We've got... I'm going to wait again until we get to the 3.5 minute mark before we jump into the room. That way there's no chance of stream sniping and nobody can get upset. I'm sorry, I'm not, who's making who hungry? This is going to be an interesting game, guys. I don't know where Maddox went. Did he go to E7? I can't remember. I think he did. So it'd be interesting to see. I don't think he's in the team. I'm not sure. I'm not sure is the honest answer. But E7, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I've not really seen E7 play recently, so it'll be an interesting one, to be honest with you. It will be. We're down to the 3.5 minute mark, so let's jump into the tournament room now. And here we go. We have, oh, and there he is, the man of the hour, Maddox. So we are back on Hellas. This time we will have E7 on the south spawn, Feast on the north spawn. Looking at the lineups, well, we have Feast ready up first. We have Bifrost in the E5, F Silver in the Vickers, Hidden Surprise in the E5, James in the Clanwagon, Roadblock in the IS4, Zepak coming in the Clanwagon, Sugar Magoo in the E5. Moving over to E7, where we have Seven Ruler in the E5, Benedict in the Clanwagon, Maddox in the E5, X Gamma in the Clanwagon, Nat Backward in the T22, Nuggies in the E5, and my favourite name, that is, Pink Puffins in the Clanwagon. It's brilliant. They are going to go out on the south spawn, as I said. Interesting to see that triple Clanwagon lineup for E7. Those three E5s, and we got Nat Backwards in the T22 running around the map like a crazy thing trying to get those spots. I'm interested to see how E7 play this. Feast not really changing their meta. They've got double Cran, they've brought in the IS4, but they've still got the E5, so they're pretty similar to what we saw in the last couple of games. This is going to be an intriguing one. It really is. I mean, E7, I think, have been working hard in between winter and now. So, are they going to be able to punish Feast? Is this going to be something that, you know, are we going to be seeing a good comeback here from E7? Because E7 sort of dropped off the clan war scene on Asia for a little bit. Are we now seeing a resurgence from E7? You know, more impetus into them, more focus on trying to get those top 8 spots, trying to get into that, into there. Are we seeing Feast no real change? In other words, you know, Feast is still Feast, still dominant, still part of the cause here on Asia. Admittedly, they've always been dominant in the PYS. They generally just tail off in the Pro Tours. So, which they've done over the last couple of seasons, to be fair. Are we seeing any change here on Asia? Well, we don't know. All we can do is speculate and assume. I think this is going to be a great match. I think this is going to really tell us a lot about who's up and coming, and, you know, our gauntlets being passed over, as they say. We don't know. But I'm certainly looking forward to this one. Looking forward to seeing how E7 tackle Feast. Looking forward to seeing how Feast tackle E7. It's pretty even Stevens across the board in that respect. And I would have preferred it to be on a map other than Hellas, to be honest with you. I mean, twice in one go. I mean, come on, guys. We can do better rotations. 14 maps in the turns, you know. Anyway, here's what it is. We've got half a minute to go before we kick off. So, it's all getting, you know, woof, interesting stuff. Looking forward to this one, as I said. So, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, obviously you're not going to hear that for another 4 odd minutes. What do you guys think? If you had money to bet, who would it be on? Would it be on Feast or would it be on E7? I'm pretty much looking at, 2-1 to feast, maybe, or evens. I don't know. Close one to call this. Get your answers in now, guys. Get them in, get them in, get them in. So, let's see where we go with this. Oof. Maddox there saying, hey guys, how's it doing? Old friends still. That's what we like. It's going somewhere, says F Silver. So, let's get up high to the back of the map and see what they're doing and where they're going. So, nap backwards in the T22, heading towards that A-cap area with the rest of the team heading towards the middle. That is the way E7 are rolling. Moving over to the other side of the map. Wow. Feast completely ignoring the B cap, heading en masse into the center and onto the C cap. F Silver straight there. He's going to be seeing a lot of E5s going around the corner very shortly. And he does, and they do. Roadblock hidden surprise. Oh, this is going to be brawly. This is going to be brawly. T22 of Nat Backwards is going to be unopposed. Free real estate down at the A-cap. This is going to be interesting. Hidden surprise and F Silver there of Feast can't really jump in. Oh, mouse went a bit mad. They can't really jump into the C-cap. Hidden surprise is right on the edge, but it gets reset. And it's going to get reset from the other side. And that's X Gamma there in the clan wagon. The E5s of Maddox, 7 Ruler and Nuggets and Fries are here. Sugar Magoo, and this is basically a rerun of what we saw in the second game. Sugar Magoo and James Bond and Zepak are trying to push forward, but they're outgunned. It's 4 against 3. And E7 know this, so E7, plus they've got cross shots from X Gamma and Pink Puffins and Nat Backwards. They are pushing through on Sugar Magoo, Zepak. This could be disastrous for Feast here. Sugar Magoo is the focus. Benedict Cumberbatch is pushing through in the Crown Wagon. He hasn't got the DPM, but he's going to push through and really annoy Sugar Magoo. Down goes Nuggets and Fries. Didn't quite work out as much as E7 would have liked. But Zepak and James Bond now are on their very long reloads. Benedict Cumberbatch is still alive. Down goes Sugar Magoo. Down goes Zepak. James gets out of there. Roadblock tussling with Pink Puffins in. Surprise and F Silver now trying to come in. But the E5s of Maddox and 7 Rule have been released. Able to come in and offer support. That's turned the turret of Roadblock. James Bond again desperately trying to get out of there. Benedict Cumberbatch now tussling with Bifrost. In comes Nat Backwards. Roadblock is going to go. Roadblock is going to go down here. Hidden Surprise is gone. Sugar Magoo is gone. Roadblock is gone. X Gamma, however, is gone. So is Nuggets and Fries, as we saw. Now it's Maddox, Benedict Cumberbatch. 7 Ruler is down to a one-shot. He's going to try and take the cap. Oh, down goes Benedict Cumberbatch finally. And it's 3 against 4, but 7 Ruler is a one-shot. Nat Backwards is coming in. Maddox is still alive. Pink Puffins is coming in to help him out against James. But Bifrost should be the target here. He is the lowest hit point. Nat Backwards, as you can see there, has got full HP. Full HP. Bifrost is going to go down. Nat Backwards should be able to put a shot into him quite easily from the rear. There he goes. It goes down to Pink Puffins, though, leaving F Silver and James the last man standing. It's 3 against 2. Maddox is very healthy. Pink Puffins is very healthy. Nat Backwards is very healthy. They don't have the advantage on points, however. E7, that's going to Feast, and Maddox now being whittled down. Nat Backwards completely ignoring James. Maddox goes down, however, goes F Silver. That is a great choice because F Silver's got better DPM, better mobility. This is now going to go to E7. I can't see James, bless him, going to be able to hold these two off. The T22 of Nat Backwards should be able to finish him even before James reloads his first shell. James gets one in, but it's all over. E7 get the advantage. 1-0 to them. That was great stuff. Really good stuff. Well played by E7. Great focus fire. Pick their targets. But Feast almost having a brilliant comeback. Whittling down E7. Again, picking exactly who they should be focused on and doing what they could. But they just could not contain E7 here. Great stuff by Pink Puffins. 4.6k damage dished out there in his Crown Wagon. Great stuff again by Nat Backwards in the T22. 0007 James did what he could, so did Roadblock, but it wasn't to be. So now we are going to switch those spawn points with E7 on the north spawn, Feast on the south spawn. E7, well, no change to their lineup. We have 7 Ruler E5, Benedict Cumberbatch in the Clan Wagon, Maddox Cumber in the E5, X Gamma in the Clan, Nat Backwards in the T22, Nuggies and Fries in the E5, Pink Puffins in the Clan. Moving over to Feast, we have Bifrost in the E5, F Silver in the T22, Hidden Surprise in the E5, 007 James in the Clan Wagon, Zepak in the E5. What used to be Professor is now G9 in the T22, rotating in, and Sugar Magoo in the E5. So, E7 have the advantage. They do have the advantage. Can, however, Feast turn it around like we saw earlier? They turned it around earlier against King. Bit of a different, I must admit, this is a different type of opposition, but they've done it once. Can they do it again? We will, only time will tell us. Only time will tell. The FPS, by the way, is coming from the game, not from anywhere else. It's not coming from YouTube. It's not coming from OBS. It's coming purely from the game. The game's FPS is upping and downing, Nothing else. Nothing I can do about that, guys. I can't sort the game. I can't get the server to do better FPS, I'm afraid. As you can see down in the corner there, the FPS. Well, you can't because I'm there. But the FPS is coming out at about fluctuating between 60 and 45. So, FPS notwithstanding, we are going to be moving and seeing where we're going. Now, it looks like E7 are going to be doing pretty much the same, but in reverse. It's a mirror strat. They are sending, or they're not. The T22 of Nat Backwards is not going out towards the cap. F Silver, well, we are seeing what we saw in the in the game that they played against King. F Silver taking up his position, this time in a T22. Maddox has been spotted. Nuggies and Fries has been spotted. Moving back and rotating back out, we've got Bifrost coming in to join. G9 just holding back there. Crown Wagon of James holding back as well, but the 3-5s in Surprise Sugar Magoo and Zepak coming to the ridgeline. And as I said, it's pretty much a mirror strat, near as damn it, as what we saw in the last game from E7. They're 3-5s on the ridge. The two Crown Wagons pushing forward this time, however, with Benedict Cumberbatch and Pink Puffins. With the one with X Camera and the other Crown Wagon and Nat Backwards just in the rear. G9 jumping into the A cap, and why not? It's unopposed. It is free real estate. But E7 will get the cap advantage. They cap out first. They all got the advantage, meaning that Feast have to do all the work. They really do. Now, does this mean that E7 are just going to sit back on their laurels and wait for Feast to come to them? Or are they going to take the battle to Feast? This is the thing. They're trying to get shots across to Nat Backwards. He's not spotted. These are just blind shots going in. Maddox is coming rotating round. Well, Maddox is rotating around to join up with Nat. Mainly because they're worried about F Silver trying to cap B. And that's where F Silver is going. He's staying right to the edge of the map, so he's unspotted. He's going to jump into the B cap. And he does. He has been spotted now. Nat Backwards spots him. That's going to prompt E7 to push onto F Silver. He has no support as such. He does have G9 there in the T22 that can rotate in. They're just going to sit there and just reset the cap, but it's too late. Cap advantage will now swing to Feast. They will start getting the advantage. This changes the dynamics of the game. Now, did I say King? I meant E7. Now, this means E7 have to push Feast. They have no choice. So, what are they going to do? Well, Maddox is now pushing over in the E5, potentially to retake B. F Silver and G9, however, are going to be there looking for that. The E5s and the Crown Wagons aren't going to push. The E5s of Feast are not going to push either. They're just holding, trying to get something going down. Maddox does drop into B. That has prompted F Silver and G9 to make a move, though. And they are going to make a move. They're not going to be able to reset the cap. The cap goes back to E7. Maddox does get a smacking as he goes across. E7 have been bled a lot more. In fact, Feast have lost absolutely 0 hit points at this moment in time compared. Oh, and there's a big push. There's the push. The Crown Dragon's trying to get around the back of the E5s. The E5's pushing onto the E5s. Feast E5's pushing through. Are they going to be able to sort this out, though? Oh, Zabak is really looking low. He's a one-shot. Can Nuggies get there? No, he can't. He can't get into safety. Hidden Surprise has to run away, but nap backwards. This is going to be a blow if Sugar Magoo can get him down. He doesn't. James does. That is a blow. But Bifrost now is also looking like he's going to go down. Bifrost goes down. Now we've got X Gamma here. He's being pressured by F Silver and by 007 James. He's really being pressured. He's getting absolutely mullered, is X Gamma, bless him. He's not going to last. But Sugar Magoo also is being pressured here. He is surrounded by the E7, and they take him down. Both teams losing tanks. X Gamma, Nap backwards gone down, but 3 down for Feast. E7 have got the advantage, but Maddox is now being swamped. Hidden Surprise and G9 are trying to take Maddox down. Nuggies in Fries comes in to help out. Benedict Cumberbatch and Pink Puffin's also coming in to try and out, but it's too late. However, in Surprise will go down. Benedict Cumberbatch misses. Feast win on points, taking it to a decider. Wowzers. Thought E7 were going to steal that there, but they didn't. Really good stuff by Feast. Great pushing, great punching above their... Well, they weren't punching above their weight. They were just punching in their weight. E7 not able to contain it, and Feast take it to a decider. This time not Alpenstadt, Dynasty's Pearl. So, new map. We didn't have Alpenstadt again. It's a new map. That's lovely. This time we will have E7 on the North spawn, Feast on the South spawn here on Dynasty's Pearl. Not expecting to see anything like any TDs. But I'm expecting to see, somewhere along the lines, mouses. So we already have Feast readied up. We have Bifrost in the E5, F Silver in the T22. Hidden Surprise, unsurprisingly, in a mouse. 007 James in an E5. Zipak in a IS4. G9 in the IS4 and Sugar Magoo in the IS4. I don't think that's going to be a B and an A strat. You never know. Moving over to E7, we have 7 Ruler in the E5, Benedict Cumberbatch in a Kranwagen, X Gamma in a Kranwagen, Nat backwards in the T22, Nuggies in Fries in an IS4, Pink Puffins in the E5, and Maddox in an IS4. So E5's there, dominating, not really actually, more 2 Kranwagens, 2 E5s. I meant to say there's more hold down gun depression tanks dominating the E7 side than there is on the Feast side. Feast, I would say, with that brace of IS4s along with the mouse, are looking to contain and dominate the middle area, especially around the B cap, potentially around the A cap. IS4 is a good tank, but it's notoriously bad for gun depression, so I can't really see them going to the C side. It would be lovely though, wouldn't it, if you could go to the C side? We could all have a day out at the C side. But I'm probably looking here. It's going to be an interesting one. Interested to see if RE7 going to use those E5s and push through towards the C area and just send their IS4s to contain A and B, or are they going to send their tanks to A and B and try and get the brawl? That's the question, and we just don't know until very shortly. So let's get up high, and as you can see there, nobody's going to the A side from E7. Maybe Nat backwards, but I don't know. The IS4s I'm anticipating will peel off in it towards the B cap, or at least take the ramp overlooking, with the E5 going into the park area. Moving over to Feast, well, that surprised me. The IS4s are pushing around this way. Hidden Surprise, well, he's not surprising me. He's going towards the B cap area. What has surprised me is where the IS4s are going. They are looking to dominate around the C cap. I expect them to be dominating around the A cap. Feast are going to take the cap advantage, and they're going to take the caps. Maddox gets a bit of a smacking, but nothing to write home about. So does Nuggies and Fries. But the thing now is, They know where Feast are. We've got the E5s of Pink Puffins and 7 Ruler, and the 2 IS4s pushing up. So they do have a good advantage here. Sugar Magoo and G9 are going to be swamped and overwhelmed. The Kranvagons of E7 are just going to hold them. Can they get rid of Sugar Magoo and or G9? Sugar Magoo is down. G9 is now the focus of attention. Maddox has lost a lot of hit points though, but he's survived the battle. And that's the main thing. They've still got more guns on the battlefield. Maddox, however, is really being whittled down, but so is G9, and this is an IS4, and he's going to go down. Down he goes. This allows them through it. Benedict Cumberbatch in the Crown Wagon's gone down, though, but so is Bifrost. This is dominating stuff by E7 at the moment. Okay, they've still got Hidden Surprise and a mouse, but they're not looking at the mouse, and this is a good thing. James here is being whittled down to next to nothing. X-Gamma, unfortunately, the Crown Wagon can't do anything, but Pink Puffins can, takes him down. Now it's Zepak. He's being looked at. He has got Pink Puffins, X-Gamma, Nuggies and Fries, and 7 Ruler. Oh, looking around. Benedict goes down. Pink Puffins has gone down. That is a big blow. But Maddox is still alive. Zepak is not going to last this battle. Maddox will load before Zepak. Anyway, it doesn't matter because somebody else took him. Now F Silver has got to hightail it out there. They are now going to be looking at trying to focus. Oh, X-Gamma goes down. Maddox is a one-shot. This could be changer. F Silver in the T22 can take down Maddox, and being a T22 with his mobility, he can put pressure on whilst Nuggies and Fries and 7 Ruler are preoccupied with the mouse. Because the mouse takes a lot of time to whittle down. Oh, that's a great shot from Nuggies and Fries, but he needs that support from 7 Ruler. 7 Ruler's got to get there. They've got to take out F Silver if they've got any chance of winning this. They do have the points, E7. But they don't have the hit points because of that mouse. Oh, Nuggies and Fries goes down. That puts pressure on. I don't think 7 Ruler is going to be able to do this unless he can take out F Silver. 7 Ruler has got to take out F Silver. He's got no choice. He can still hold on for the points, but that mouse is just a problem child. F Silver is absolutely crucial here. He is just staying in safety. He doesn't need to do anything. He knows that if he goes down, 7 Ruler effectively could do this. He could. The mouse of Hidden Surprise pushing down onto 7 Ruler, hoping F Silver will come round the back. Oh, he rums himself, and it's all over. Feast take it into the final. What a game. What a game. Really thought E7 had that, but never underestimate the power of a medium. Leaving the mouse to last is the right thing to do, but never underestimate the power of a medium. The T22 of F Silver doing absolutely amazing stuff, and if it wasn't for F Silver, that game would have turned out differently. Absolutely differently. He was able to get around in his medium and take out those low hit point targets, which included Nuggies and Fries, Maddox. And that was crucial. So, massive congratulations to Feast. They make it through to today's final. Massive commiserations to E7 because, wow, they looked like they were going to turn that. This is a resurgent E7, and they're certainly something to keep your eye on. They are into the next final stage, by the way, of PYS, because they got to the semi-final. So we will see them again, and I'm looking forward to that. Moving down to the way it's rolling around at the moment, let's have a look. Let's see where we are. Let's look at the chart. So, Cats are already into the final, courtesy of turning over GV. Wowzers. Who will follow them in, though? Is it going to be ECG or is it going to PGMT? Well, let's see if we know. It's Dogs Go Meow against Kittens Go Wolf. You work it out yourself, yeah? Cats against PGMT in the first final. That's in Group 1. Group 2, well, HLV versus Feast. That's going to be an interesting one. That's going to be a good one. For third place, however, we have got E7 against DGT. Moving down. Oh, we don't know. It's going to be Durr against ENT. So Dur turning over RN, ENT turning over NQE7. So all to play for. Oh, I forgot to see what time. My bad. What time is the matches? 26. Oh, 36, sorry. In 10 minutes, give or take. And let's get one more replay up and running. Let me just turn the webcam off because I need to pop to the little boys' room and stick a replay on. Let's have... Shall we have this one? Let's have this one. This is Stige on the EU server in his E5. And I'm just going to pop to the little boys' room. Hello, I'm back. Well, that was an exciting semi-final. I'm not going to lie, I loved every minute of that. Hopefully, I'm sure you did as well. I mean, you really can't get much better games than that, guys. And this is the thing about Asia. Everybody keeps turning around saying, oh, you know, it's not great, it's not competitive. I'm sorry, I don't agree. I think the Asia server is incredibly competitive. And we're seeing some amazing, absolutely amazing stuff going down within Clan Wars on the Asian server. And it's all about... There's other clans up and coming in Asia, and I love that. I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And I think we're seeing a resurgent E7. I mean, on that performance there, they're certainly a clan to keep your eye on, I'm telling you. And, you know, we're seeing other clans up and coming. I mean, Dur are going from strength to strength, even though they haven't made it through. You know, Dur are doing well, ENT are doing well again. I don't think that, you know, ID are going to be too disappointed. Although, don't forget, guys, we have got a more condensed PYS this time round. It's not as many games as winter season. So, oh, hello, Every. How you doing, Peter? Oh, hello, F. How are you? So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It is going to be interesting to see what happens here on Asia. And, you know, I'm streaming along with people in the chat. I mean, Every Good Name Is Taken is in the chat. He's streaming on EU tonight. I'm streaming on EU tonight. Wild Ones Halpu normally streams Asia. Unfortunately, he's not able to because of real life situations, mainly exams. He is streaming on EU tonight. I also believe Aminet is. So, you know, we're going to be starting to see, hopefully, similar sorts of things happening on Asia as well, with a lot of, you know, up and coming clans, more competition, relatively competitive, like we're seeing here on Asia. And this is only good for Clan Wars. I mean, it's good for the game, it's good for Clan Wars, and, you know, I'm hoping that people are going to start getting behind the clans, start waving those flags to support these up and coming clans. I mean, because I think it's fantastic to watch. And you're seeing, you know, the use of really good gameplay, the use of the tanks. I mean, as you see there, F Silver was absolutely crucial in that last game, in staying alive in that T22, being able to use his mobility to mop up those low hit point tanks. You can't fault that. I mean, that is just awesome to watch. It's just awesome to watch. Anyway, this is Stige in his E5. Again, on Normandy, everybody seems to like Normandy apart from certain YouTubers. But, I mean, Normandy is a good map. I love Normandy, and I've just realised my webcam is still off for some strange unknown reason. Maybe I forgot. Hello, I'm back again. Hello. Anyway, so yeah, this is Stidge doing his thing, as he does in his E5. Surprised he's not been ammo racked. In fact, we haven't seen any ammo racks today. Oddly, I ammo racked an E100 yesterday in an Emil 2. That took me by surprise. That was quite funny. I was quite impressed. Didn't see that before. But wowzers. I mean, this is good stuff. 5,000 damage knocked out, 1,700 blocked, 3 kills. Can't say better than that. He's obviously not as bad as I thought. Sorry, Stidge. It's a joke, mate. It's a joke, mate. Seriously. He's a good lad, is Stidge. Just don't tell him I said that. I mean, he's only got 108 hit points. So they've got a Jaegeru and a Grill still to contend with. And being Normandy, well, you know, they're on the other side of the map camping. So now knocked out 5,300 damage here in the E5. This is now moving into the territory of mastery badges. This is good, man. This is good. He's really whittling down that Jaegeru. And you can see there the Jaegeru is complaining. And just to point out, guys, when people turn around and say, you know, Pramo spamming or why using gold ammunition, it's there for a reason, yeah? You know? And a lot of people seem to misunderstand, by the way, that you don't need to spend gold on premium ammunition. You don't. You can actually use credits. A lot of people don't realise that. They still think you have to spend gold to get your premium ammunition when you don't. Trust me on that. Bang! All over. 7.1k damage. Oof! Beautiful, man. Beautiful game in the E5. Wasn't ammo wrapped. Not even once. What more can you say? You can't say much more than that. So, brilliant stuff. Anyway, let's jump into the room. We've still got 4.5 minutes, so we'll jump out of the room. Great mastery, steel wall, blah, blah, blah. There's no lag. There's no lag. The lag is at your end, guys. Sorry. There's no lag at this end. Now, I'll show you what I mean. So if you go into ammunition, see this here that I'm highlighting? You can turn it around. So it can either cost you gold or credits. Mine is set to credits. I don't spend gold on premium ammunition. So remember that. You don't need to spend gold on your premium ammunition. You can switch this button here, change it from gold to credits. Da, da, da. That's all you need to do, guys. Anyway, we're now going into the final here on PYS number 1. Feast against HLV. HLV haven't turned up yet. Well, they have, but not all of them. I'm just going to press ready. We're going out on New Bay. That is the rotation of this map. Oh, it's only us two tonight. So, I was wrong. Listen to Every. I was wrong. It's only 2 of us streaming tonight. Me and Every. I am streaming Raid. I believe he is streaming Endgame. I didn't realise only 2 of us. I thought it was more than 2, but there we go. Anyway. So, we will go out on New Bay. New Bay is always an interesting and tricky map. Do you go to the park or do you go to the ramps? Interesting one. We will find out. Sometimes guys like to go to the B cap and try and dominate the park area, or alternatively the C cap and try and dominate the park area, pushing on to B. Others like to get not the A cap but onto those ramps to put cross shots across as they're crossing towards that B and C cap. We will only time will tell. We do not know as of yet. Anyway, Feast will be starting on the north spawn. That is for the B cap area. With HLV on the south spawn, they are closer to the C cap. Feast, well, Bifrost in the E5, F Silver and a Mouse, 007 James and Kranwagen, Winter Fox coming in an E5, Zepak in a Kranwagen, G9 in the T22, and Sugar Magoo in a Mouse. That to me sounds like they are going B cap strat. But remember the cross shots, you never know. But with a Mouse, 2 of them, Well, you're looking to dominate the middle area. Looking over to HLV, well, we've only got 5 at the moment. So we're still waiting. So at the moment we have Boa Sorte in an IS-4, 7710 in a mouse. Blood, well, not readied up yet. Kuyu in an IS-4, Safety in the T-22, Sarazu in an IS-4. We're still waiting for Blood to ready up and the 7th player to turn up. So we do not know yet at the moment. We do not know yet. They've still got a minute and a half, so I'm not too fussed. They should. They should turn up. I don't think they've updated the EU servers yet, which is why it's not showing on the on EU as of yet in the game. Asia, yeah, they'd updated Asia and it was shown on Asia. So there you go. I'm getting concerned here that the 7th player for HLV hasn't turned up. But don't forget, I'm not seeing who's waiting in the queues per se, because I'm on the feast side. And contrary to popular belief, whilst we see the tanks, they don't. So remember that. We see all the tanks, they don't. It's covered up for them, so be careful. There we go. Enjoy Solo Q has decided to join the party. So that's very nice, isn't it? He's potentially in an IS-4 along with Blood in an IS-4 as well. So we will see how this is going to work out. I mean, with the IS-4s there, and there's a brace of them. I mean, you know, there's 1 mouse, 1 T-22, and a shed load, i.e. 5 IS-4s. So I'm expecting that to be, again, middle area strat. C area, so it'll be interesting. It will be 2 mouses, actually. So double mouse, quadruple IS-4, T-22. Interesting stuff. Here in the final today on PYS number 1, Asia group number 2. Where are they going to be going? This map is not always the best for flyovers because you get stuck on buildings, and you get stuck on the flyovers as well. They push you over, but it's better than Faust, which is even harder. So already I've got the T-22 and the Kranwagen along with Winter Fox. In fact, almost all of Feast heading towards the ramp area. T-22 will probably drop down towards the ACAP. HLV, on the other hand, are also heading towards the ramps. This is interesting. I didn't expect this. I expected at least some of them to go B and C, but they're not. Kuyu is trying to get those spots. Does spot. Bifrost is spotted. Zepak is spotted. Sugar Magoo is spotted. F Silver is also spotted. G9 is unable to take the cap. Here comes Winter Fox and Zepak. They're trying to move up as well onto the ramps. So at the moment, with the exception of F Silver, almost everybody's on the ramp. 7710 is understanding this and trying to move into a position where he can get shots into F Silver. F Silver is spotted. It's interesting. It's an interesting strat, this one. Enjoy Solo Q there, also trying to get shots in whilst trying to protect his own self. So the mouses look like they're going to be pushing the mouse. F Silver looks like he's going to be pushed in. I'm going to have to get down, unfortunately, because the flyover. But I'm also keeping an eye on the ramps. So F Silver is being pushed here. Oh, see, that's what happens on this map. You get churned out by the ramp, and it's annoying. And you get stuck on a building, which is also annoying. Enjoy Solo Q. F Silver really getting pummeled here. Now Sugar Magoo. Wow, that's a massive roll into Sugar Magoo. He is really getting pasted. F Silver is also getting pasted. Sugar Magoo here may be going down. He is really, really getting pummeled. Feasty are losing hit points left, right and centre. Safety zone coming in to push onto Sugar Magoo. Trying to get around the back of him to put shots in, take him out. Yes, he does. F Silver also losing a lot of HP. So Sugar Magoo's gone. But Koyu's gone as well because Feast have pushed over the ramps. Taking the battle now to HLV. On this side, unfortunately, Blood in Wine and Sarazu are being pushed heavily by Winter Fox, G9 and Zepak. They're trying to get shots across, but Bifrost goes down. Bifrost is down. F Silver is a one-shot, but down goes Blood in Wine. This push Sarazu under pressure, but 7-7-10 in the mouse is coming round. F Silver finally went down in his mouse. So at the moment, HLV do have the advantage in points and in guns. But Sarazu is being pushed. Zepak, oh, that was a big shot into Zepak and an important shot. Going to leave the IS-4 Sarazu there. Winter Fox is now being pushed by the two mouses of Enjoy Solo Q and 710. Down goes G9. Poor Winter Fox here is really up against it. It's 2 against too many. Zepak in the Crown Wagon goes down. Winter Fox here, not much he can do. He has got two mouses trying to literally squish him to death. He is now a one shot. He's going to go, and advantage. Game 1 goes to HLV. Really well played by HLV there. Absolutely great stuff. Focusing the tanks they needed to focus, making good use of those mouses. Poor old Sugar Magoo in his mouse really got mullered. So don't take too much away from the fact he did 0 damage. He really got focused. He just got absolutely annihilated trying to pull that move. Then, unfortunately, poor old F Silver was left out on the lurch in the open on his own, isolated, and taken down by the mouses. Great stuff by 7-7-10 there, just over 4k damage. 19,000 damage dished out compared to the 9,000 dished out by Feast. We're now going to change those spawn points. HLV will now go out on the north spawn, Feast on the south. Looking at the Feast team, wow, Bifrost in the IS-4, F Silver in a mouse, 007 James in an IS-4, Winter Fox in an IS-4, Zepak in a mouse, G9 in an IS-4, and Sugar Magoo in a mouse. So, it's super heavies all round for Feast. Moving over to HLV, Boa Sorte in an IS-4, 7-7-10 in a mouse, Blood and Wine in the IS-4, Enjoy Solo Q in a mouse, Kuyu in an IS-4, Safety Zone in a IS-4, and Sarazu in an IS-4. Enjoy Solo Q, however, rotating out, putting this out into an IS-4, 7-7-10 in a mouse, 6 IS-4s, 1 mouse for HLV. Looking at Feast, well, we've got 3 mouses and 4 IS-4s. This is an interesting meta. All going super heavy in real terms. But 3 mouses, it's going to be an interesting one to see. I mean, in theory, HLV do have slightly better mobility here with that additional IS-4 over the mouse. But they obviously have less hit points because of the mouse. There's a third mouse. But when we look at the hit point disparity, I don't think it's going to be massive. Not as big as you may think. And there you go. It's not as big as you may think. It's just over 1,000, which at this level of the game isn't that much. So, wowzers, let's get a pie and see what's going down this time. So, it ain't going to be the ramps. This time it is heading for the park area for Feast. Led by Winter Fox, supported by Bifrost in 0007. James moving over to HLV. Again, not the ramps. This time they are looking to dominate the park as well. Moving towards the B-cap. Not actually taking the B-cap. Making sure they don't. Blood and Wine, Kuryu, both all getting spotted as they cross. It's going to be a brawl. Boa Sorte, Blood and Wine trying to get those shots into the IS-4s of Feast here. And at the moment, Blood and Wine has been smacked. So is Zepak in the mouse. But it's pretty even Stevens. Nothing to do. Not much to call, to be fair. B-cap has been taken, however. Mouse of 7710 did that. So, advantage now rests with HLV. They need support here, Feast. Mouses of Sugar Magoo and F Silver now coming into support, and they're going to come across 2 mouses. Where is the third moose? There he is. Zepak is there. They're trying to get around the back of Enjoy Solo Q. Boa Sorte really taking a pummeling. Feast are now trying to push, but they're being counter-pushed by HLV. It is, as I expected, a brawl. Bifrost is a one-shot on 11 HP. Is Blood and Wine going to be able to take him down? He's on 4 HP. Boa Sorte's down. So is now Bifrost. Zepak is also looking worse for wear, losing his HP left, right, and centre. Enjoy Solo Q is surrounded, but Zepak, oh, he goes down. 2 down now. This gives HLV the firm advantage here. But Feast has still more HP on the battlefield, but they do have less guns, which is why you can see Sarazu here in safety zone. They're focusing the IS-4s. 007 James here, pushed into the corner by Blood and Wine in safety zone. He is not going to last the battle. He is going to go down. But will Karoo survive? That's the question. No, he doesn't. The IS-4 Karoo goes down. James also goes down, however. So 2 tanks down for HLV, 3 down. But Sarazu is going to go down. He's not going to last. He's trying to make sure that the mouse cannot get him down. Winter Fox comes in, takes him out. So 3 tanks down apiece. But there goes G9. Feast losing another one. They've only got they've got 2 mouses and an IS-4 left. Oh, this is looking like it's gonna go to HLV. Potentially, it's 3 on 3. But 7-7-10 is really being mullered. If they lose 7-7-10, that's gonna be difficult then for them. They've got to try and keep 7-7-10 in the game. F Silver is looking to really pressure 7-7-10. Great shot by F Silver. Over here, Blood and Wine. He's got to take out Winter Fox. He has got to get the mobility of the IS-4 down and gone. He doesn't bounce that one. Maybe he can finish off Winter Fox here. 7-7-10 is still alive. Managing to hang in there by the skin of his teeth. Blood and Wine bounces. Winter Fox doesn't. Blood and Wine able to get around the back of Winter Fox. 7-7-10 is still alive. Winter Fox has got to be taken out if there's any chance here. Great stuff. Blood and Wine bouncing again. Sugar Magoo helping out as well. This and down goes 7-7-10. Down he goes. Feast are going to turn it. I don't think Enjoy Solo Q can save this. He's got to take out Winter Fox. He fails to do so as well. How is Winter Fox still alive? My golly gosh. How is that still happening? Enjoy Solo Q here. Needs to take out F Silver now. He can't get out Winter Fox. He's bouncing everything for his little heart's content. He's now got Sugar Magoo with more HP. Trying to prevent everything from going down. Trying to put pressure. Allowing F Silver and Winter Fox to potentially get out of the danger zone and come around and put cross shots in. Winter Fox sees the opportunity. Does so. And wowzers. The inability there to take down Winter Fox lost HLV that game. Simple as that. Had they have taken out Winter Fox, different kettle of fish, but they didn't. So can't really say more than that. We will now go to a decider. Great stuff there by Enjoy Solo Q, but unfortunately he cannot do it on his own. But look at Winter Fox. Mad. Absolutely mad. That, him surviving, is the game changer. Really, really fantastic stuff to watch. Moving on to Naval Frontier for the decider here. We will have Feast on the south spawn, HLV on the north spawn. HLV will be kicking themselves for not getting rid of Winter Fox there. It would have been different. They would have won that, but they didn't, and they couldn't. And Winter Fox deserves to be praised for saving the skin there of Feast. Let's be honest. Is there going to be changes though? Is this going to be all change? Are Feast going to be pushed back, or are they going to grow in that confidence after that game and push forward and snap the final for today, grabbing those crucial cups that they need? Time will tell. Feast have read it up first. We have Bifrost in the E5, F Silver in the T22, 007 James in the E5, Roadblock in the IS4, Winter Fox in the E5, Z-Pack in the IS4, and Sugar Magoo in the Mouse. Just waiting for HLV. There they go. We have Boa Sorte in the Clanwagen, 7710 in the AMX-50B, Blood and Wine in the Clanwagen, Enjoy Solo Q in the Mouse, Koyu in the T22, Safety Zone in the T22, and Suruzu in the AMX-50B. So double 50B strat here for HLV. They will be looking to bounce back from that last game. I've said this many times before, guys. You have to remember, at this level, bouncing is the difference between winning and losing. And when you get to this level, missing shots in bouncing really is and can be a game changer. And you just saw there how apparent that becomes Winter Fox being bounced so many times changed the dynamic of the game massively. So, where are we going? We've got Feast here. We've got Bifrost moving towards the B cap to have a look. He's going to be supported. We've got the E5s moving up with Sugar Magoo and Zepak probably looking to over-dominate on the C cap. We have Kuru in the T22 trying to get the spots. He's going to be supported by Saruzu in the AMX50B with the 2 Crown Wagons heading towards the A cap. The T22 going up and Enjoy Solo Q in his mouse just hanging back a little bit. The other 50B 7710, he's in the TD spot at the moment, just overlooking as well. I'm expecting the early cap advantage should, in theory, go to HLV as they drop into the A cap. But C cap is being taken by Zepak. And unfortunately, Safety Zone really can't do much to reset it because he's in the T22. He's got an E5 overlooking his position and he's got no gun depression. Zepak there, being able to take the caps. HLV, however, do get the early cap point lead. What are they going to do now, though? I mean, the Crown Wagons need to rotate out of there if they can. Bifrost, F Silver and Roadblock are there. And now Sugar Magoo is looking to rotate towards the B cap area. He gets a bit of a smacking from Boa Sorte, however. Now, it all depends. I mean, HLV don't need to do anything now. They need to wait. Or they can wait. It's up to them. They need to try and wait for either A, somebody to push them from the Feast side, or B, for Feast to try and get into that B cap. Which is why you've got the likes of Kuru, Enjoy Solo Q, Saruzu, Safety Zone, all leveling themselves up, waiting for something to come from the C cap. Along with Boa Sorte and Blood in Wine also overlooking the B cap, which is what they're doing. They're doing exactly what would be expected, preventing the B cap from being taken. Feast, on the other hand, need to work out where they are going to make their move. Are they going to push towards B, or are they going to try and push down the flanks? This is a tricky point. So they will be trying to work out where is the softest target. And they are probably thinking that the softest target are the Crown Wagons, but they're only soft in oh, and Sugar Magoo is heading for the B cap. So they've decided it's a B cap strat, that's better. T22 there puts one in. So he's able to do that. Now, they're just going to be able to try and whittle Sugar Magoo down and Enjoy Solo Q's there to reset as well. They need to keep resetting that B cap. They need to prevent, HLV need to prevent Feast from supporting Sugar Magoo, which is exactly what the AMX50s are doing. Sugar Magoo here desperately trying to cap this B cap. He's not able to at this moment. Enjoy Solo Q is looking to come around the corner. Zepak is now coming in to support. They're going to take the B cap. The B cap is gone. Feast now will get the advantage. They will start to overtake. Winter Fox and James are now moving through onto Kuru. And they are. This is prompting Safety Zone, Saruzu and 7710 and the 50Bs to try and make a move. To try and take down one of these two E5s. Here comes Saruzu. He's going to push onto James. Oh, massive rolls into James there. James is getting pummeled here. He drops his reactive armor, but it's too little, too late. Winter Fox is also getting punished. F Silver comes in to help out. Zepak comes in to help out as well. Down goes James. That's changed the dynamic yet again, despite the fact they've got the cap advantage. Winter Fox is now being pushed. Saruzu's going to go, though. F Silver will take him. Down he goes. But at the loss of F Silver... at the loss of Winter Fox. Now Blood in Wine is in serious trouble here. Trying to take points down from Sugar Magoo, but it doesn't work. He's taken down. Zepak goes down in the IS-4, however. So, tank advantage sits with HLV. Big advantage now. Down goes the mouse of Sugar Magoo. F Silver, however, really giving 7710 a hard time. 7710 desperately trying to load, but he's on his long reload. F Silver, oh, that's a great shot in from Kuruzu in the, Kuyu in the T22, pressuring Silver. Down goes F Silver. HLV should take this. It all depends what goes down here. Is Safety Zone able to survive? Oh, it doesn't matter. They've got the points of HLV. HLV win. That is a fantastic final. Really good stuff. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. HLV really able to pile on the pressure there on Feast. Feast trying to break them down. Sugar Magoo had no choice but to get into that B-cap to take the advantage. But the way that HLV were able to then counter-strike and basically turn that around was spectacular to watch. Massive, massive congratulations to HLV. Worthy of today's finals winners. They all go into the final stage tomorrow. But then again, so will Feast. Feast have not disappointed us. They have shown us some really fantastic gameplay today. I've loved every single minute of it. So commiserations to Feast for not winning. But congratulations to HLV on that. Moving over, let's have a look, see what we've got. Any other results coming in? We should have. So we have Cats and PMGT going out. Cats turning them over. So Cats winning today's final with PMGT coming second. Did GV come third? GV did come third. So third place goes to GV, but all four of these will go through. Cats, PGMT, GV and ECG go through to tomorrow. Moving down, well, we've just seen HLV turning over Feast there. What happened with E7 and DTG? Well, E7 winning, so E7 coming third today. Again, all four of those will go through to tomorrow in any event. Moving down to the final grouping, ENT against Durr. How did that one match up? Well, ENT turning over Durr 2-0. So first place goes to ENT, second place to Durr. What happened for third place? Was it RN or was it NQE7? We will find out shortly. It was RN rooting over, turning up, getting third place. Again, all four will go into the final stage. So that's it for today. Fantastic gameplay to start us off here. We've got the final stage coming on the 29th. Oh no, that's previous skill number 2. When's the final stage? I can't remember when the final stage is. Bear with me because I'm losing the plot here. It's tomorrow. Of course it's tomorrow. What am I talking about? Final stage is tomorrow, guys. So we will be rolling, I'm expecting, with Feast again tomorrow. I don't know yet, but that's how it worked last time. So we will see for the final stage. So we'll be kicking off again, same time, same place. I hope to see you all there. I hope you'll come and join me. I've been Fujit. That has been PYS number 1 here for Asia. We were following Feast, who weren't able to make the win today in the final, but coming second and giving us some great entertainment along the way. Really good stuff. Loved every minute of it. Like to thank all the clans that we've seen today. That goes out to Feast. It goes out to HLV, E7 and King. But don't forget all the other clans taking part in the Prove Your Skill tournament here on Asia. It's fantastic. We've got so many clans taking part. I just wish there were more. Maybe there will be. Hopefully, we can only hope and pray that there will be. Until the next time, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm back later today with EU server, along with Every Good Name Is Taken, who is also streaming on his channel. If you can, I hope to see you there. And until then, guys, like I said, enjoy the rest of your Monday. And bye for now.